Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have terrible luck for the next week. They say that the camera never lies, but some things caught on camera are so bizarre and totally unnatural that you have to be there physically to believe they actually happened. Nevertheless, we keep recording our experiences and adventures to tell our story, whether people will believe it or not. And what adventurer doesn't carry a GoPro? In that spirit, the people you're going to see here today took out their GoPro cameras and went out to record their adventures. But what they caught on tape was completely different from what they had planned. These are the 10 creepiest things caught on GoPro camera that you may want to leave the lights on tonight. Number 10. Paranormal shadow figure. It's May 2017. A YouTuber going by the name Ben S. from Los Angeles was riding on his motorcycle and recording his experience with his new GoPro camera. He had racked up big numbers that day and he needed to refuel at the next gas station. Luckily, the station was just up ahead from where he was. Before long, he pulls into the gas station, turns off his bike, and gets his card from his wallet. It was then, as he was fumbling with the card, trying to get it into the card reader, that he saw a shadow on the gas pump. But there was nothing moving from behind him that could have left the shadow on the gas pump. You can see that the shadow was distinctly human-shaped, but when he turned to have a look, there was no one behind him. That couldn't have been his mind playing tricks on him, and there can't possibly be any other explanation for the paranormal encounter, other than it was going to be a ghost or some interdimensional being. If that isn't creepy for you, I don't know what is. Number 9. Ghost Girl. On a whisper-still evening in May 2017, the most terrifying thing happened in a rural forest in France, not far from where YouTuber Project Amber had parked his motorhome. As the YouTuber was shooting a video for his RV life vlog, he noticed that his dog had been acting weird for a couple of minutes. The dog was just staring into the woods when nothing visible could be seen, besides the surrounding trees and an abandoned well. So later that very evening, the YouTuber decided to investigate, and that is when he saw this creepy girl. She's bald and barefoot and all alone in the forest. She responds to the vlogger's greetings, but doesn't say anything else when asked if she's okay. The girl in a white dress goes into the woods, and this freaks the vlogger so much that he had to take out his phone and record an Instagram video, as if to say, if something happens to me, here's why. Perhaps the most frightening part of this encounter is that the YouTuber is out there in the middle of the forest alone with his dog, and the girl kept wandering closer and closer to their RV. Number 8. YouTube channel Real Bigfoot Films was sent a rather strange footage of a mountain biker's random encounter with a man dressed in a clown costume. The writer caught the frightening encounter on his GoPro, giving us a first-person view of the creepy clown suddenly jumping into the path he was cycling and blocking his path. Shortly after, the clown grabs something like a baseball bat and chases the biker. What would you do if you experienced such a creepy encounter? Number 7. Devilish Footage. This guy from the YouTube channel More Bad Ideas keeps finding cameras with the most horrifying footage in them. Some people feel like it's all staged. I mean, when was the last time you stumbled upon a toy camera, let alone a functional one like he does? Apparently, the YouTuber and his friends were riding their bikes through the woods when they spotted a functional GoPro Hero 3, and the footage he saw from its storage was creepy. Satanic, actually. The abominable clips were so frightening that the YouTuber couldn't keep watching to the end. And the comments from his subscribers saying things like, "God protect me and my family," and "God protect anyone who watches this," made the whole thing super creepy and scary. Number 6. Chilling sound in dark tunnel. Dark and derelict places are favorite filming spots for horror movies and crime novels. People are just petrified of the dark. And it's the belief that scary things always come to life whenever the lights go out that fuels horror films. But YouTuber Street Zip doesn't care for the creepy things that might be lurking in the dark, winding rain sewer he wanted to explore. Or does he? As he explores the dark and abandoned tunnel all alone, he's startled by the sound of metal being dragged on the floor or wall. But he carries on. The footage looks like something shot out of an intense first-person horror game, thanks to the GoPro mounted on his head. What's frightening about this footage is that he finds things that you wouldn't expect to find in such an abandoned place. Some viewers commented on the fact that the place was not spray painted with graffiti, means that nobody dared to go into the tunnel. Not long into the video, his battery dies and he's overwhelmed by the feeling that a creepy being was observing him. So he makes a dash for the exit and he hears that weird metal sound again. Number 5. Mysterious Dog Monkey. YouTuber from the channel Begson Production uploaded a video captured from his GoPro as he was test riding his bike down a paved path somewhere in his home village. Number 4. Bigfoot Sighting. Some of the footage these GoPros capture is creepy. Take, for instance, the dog in this video. He had a GoPro strapped on him, and at some point, he must have wandered off ahead of his owner as they were scouting around US Route 30 highway to get a feel of the route for the annual Hood of Coast relay held in their home state of Oregon. The owner believes that his dog must have had an encounter with Bigfoot, but we only have 14 seconds of footage, and that's not convincing enough. Number 3. Rematcheroo. Most of you have seen the video that went viral 3 years ago showing a man punching a tall buck kangaroo in the face after the roo attacked his dog. The kangaroo bounded off, but you can still see its disappointment that it didn't manage so much as a scratch on the guy. So, up to this point, everything seemed fine, until you come across this next video supposedly showing the distressed kangaroo coming back to the champion's house to avenge the punch days later. Now that's super creepy. I mean, it's not every day you wrestle a kangaroo, but what are the odds that the beaten roo will hop up to your house for a rematch? You really can't make that stuff up. Now it's time for today's best pick. And in today's best pick, we have a picture sent to us by a subscriber, just like you. It shows the image of a terrifying beast with scary, bloody red eyes. Let's find out more about it. Number 2. Yak Attack. When you go to the mountains biking, you expect to get wonderful views over the valley and the mountains, and you may not anticipate to encounter a wild animal, even the seemingly harmless ones like deer and elks. These kinds of encounters in the wild can range from awe-inspiring to scary, and believe you me, it's often the latter. In October 2018, YouTuber BKXC, his fans call him Brian, went mountain biking in the chilly Tibetan mountains. He had his GoPro to record the whole experience, which was part of an 8-day bicycling tour of the region's high mountain passes over 5,000 meters, including Everest. Being a confessed slow cycler, his team would be way ahead of him as he fell behind a couple of times. It was then, halfway through the ride, that he encountered the black beast, which was ready to charge at him. To be honest, his guide had warned of yaks in the area, so he knew it was a yak from its shaggy fur. But nobody told him these things were dangerous. He jumped off his bike and backed away slowly to give it space, and when the yak had calmed down, he got onto his bike and joined the others. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works. Number 1. Shark Attack. Extraordinary footage of a man named Johan Putgeider showing his escape unharmed after an extremely close encounter with a great white shark in South Africa was uploaded to the official GoPro YouTube channel, earning millions of views. The video shows the guy already in the water with his spear gun, probably looking to harpoon some fish. About half a minute into the video, however, a torpedo-shaped bulk of a massive great white shark emerges into view, and in the nanosecond that follows, we hear Johan's panicked voice as he tries to swim away. His GoPro captures the shark's curious demeanor as it swims away a little to have a look and then turns back to Johan momentarily to have another sniff at him. If you're keen enough, you'll see that it is Johan's steel spear gun that helps to preserve his life by preventing the shark's teeth from gaining access to his person without risking hurting itself. Johan takes advantage of that and shoots to the surface, where he raised the alarm to his teammates. But upon looking back down into the water, the shark that had seemingly disappeared was making yet another run at him, but is yet again hampered by the position of the spear gun. Johan is pulled to safety and survives the shark attack.